The whole session actually took just under an hour, so I edited the best parts for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Mr. Speaker, the Vice President and the United States Senate.
Members of Congress, pursuant to the Constitution and laws of the United States, the Senate and House of Representatives are meeting in a joint session to verify the certificates and count the votes of the electors of the several states for President and Vice President of the United States. After the ascertainment has been had that the certificates are authentic and correct in form, the tellers will count and make a list of the votes cast by the electors in the several states. The tellers on the part of the two houses will take their places at the clerk's desk.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of West Virginia seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of New York received 5 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 5 votes for vice president.
For what purpose does the gentleman from California rise?
Mr. President, I object on behalf of the millions of Americans, including members of the intelligence community.
There is no debate. Debate is prohibited. The chair has previously ruled a signature from a senator is required. The objection cannot be sustained unless one is available.
Mr. President, despite grave concerns of the intelligence...
Objection cannot be received. Senator Klobuchar. Senator Klobuchar, continue to tally.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Wisconsin seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of New York received 10 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 10 votes for vice president.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas rise?
Mr. President, I object to the votes from the state of Wisconsin, which should not be legally certified or regulated.
Does the gentlelady, does she please come to order? The chair has previously ruled suspend. The gentlewoman will suspend. As the chair has previously ruled a signature from a senator is required. Is there such a signature?
Mr. President, I do have a written document with my signature on it seeking a senator, but the Russian... The clerk will continue to call the roll. We'll continue the tally. That's it, right?
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Wyoming seems to be regular, form, and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of New York received 3 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 3 votes for vice president.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from California rise?
I do not wish to debate. I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter of objection?
There's no debate. The gentlewoman will suspend. The chair has previously ruled a signature from a senator is required. Objection cannot be received. Mr. Blunt.
Mr. President, the undersigned, Roy Blunt and Amy Klobuchar, tellers on the part of the Senate, Greg Harper and Robert A. Brady, tellers on the part of the House of Representatives, report the following as the result of the ascertainment and counting of the electoral vote for President and Vice President of the United States for the term beginning on the 20th day of January, 2017.
The state of the vote for President of the United States as delivered to the President of the Senate is as follows. The whole number of electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538, of which a majority is 270. Donald Trump of New York has received, for President of the United States, 304 votes. Hillary Clinton of the state of New York has received 227 votes. Colin Powell from the Commonwealth of Virginia has received 3 votes. John Casey of the state of Ohio has received 1 vote. Ron Paul of the state of Texas has received 1 vote. Bernie Sanders of the state of Vermont has received 1 vote. Faith Spotted Eagle of the state of South Dakota has received 1 vote. The state of the vote for Vice President of the United States as delivered to the President of the Senate is as follows. The whole number of the electors appointed to vote for Vice President of the United States is 538, of which 270 is a majority. Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana has President of the United States 305 votes. Tim Kaine of the Commonwealth of Virginia has received 227. There'll be order. This is from the gallery. In order. House. The Commonwealth of Virginia has received 227 votes. Elizabeth Warren of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts received 2. Maria Cantwell of the state of Washington has received 1. Susan Collins of the state of Maine has received 1. Carly Fiorina of the Commonwealth of Virginia has received 1. The Sergeant at Arms will remove the protesters from the gallery. The chamber will be in order. The change will be in order. Clerk. Winona LaDuke of the state of Minnesota has received 1 vote. This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed sufficient declaration of the persons elected President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January 2017, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the Journal of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The purpose of this joint session having been concluded, pursuant to the Senate Concurrent Resolution 2 of the 115th Congress, the Chair declares the joint session dissolved.